chosen ones, empaths, and all the genuine souls out there. Collectively, all of you need to know that a narcissist would never discard you, abandon you, ghost you, and put you in that position if they knew you was going to rise higher alone. You see, they would have never done it. It's just out of the question. They would have never put you through a discard, abandoned you, ghosted you, left you with nothing. They would have never done that if they really knew that you were going to rise higher alone. And many of you might not be in the place just yet where you see that you've risen alone, but you are taking the path of the lone wolf. You're spending time in your company. You're spending time by yourself. You might be hurting at this moment in time, but I know there will be some listeners that have actually made it to that point when they've got further along in their journey and they've seen how empowered you can become, and how can I put it, complete with oneself. You're complete by yourself. You feel complete. You don't feel incomplete. You're enjoying solitude. You're thriving in solitude. And this will come for you, for those of you that are in discomfort. I want you to understand that this is the best way, from my analysis, for healthy, radical healing. Okay? Not radical, if that's not the right word, like the best type of healing that there is. I think it's very important to adopt the lone wolf strategy and spend these periods of time getting used to your company, enjoying your presence. And this is why you will get to that place when you rise high alone. People are not ringing your phone. People are not checking in on you. But really, you're progressing. You might have some contact with some friends or some family. You can even, this is what I'm saying, you might even have children or something, or you might still live with your family, but you can still adopt this approach. Okay? You propel, so like in whatever, in certain areas of your life, you progress so much. And the narcissist would have never, if they knew that this was going to happen and this was going to occur, they would have stayed stuck to you like glue. And this is what they were not prepared for. And this is what I want you to understand. A lot of the narcissists, when they do abandon you, ghost you, or discard you, or whatever, they would rather you, like, they don't have anything like morally feeling disgusted if you went with another person, say. What they have a very good analysis where they would be able to interpret that if you was necessarily to go to another person, you'll think about them. And the reason why they know this to be true is because they've had a string of relationships where they've gone from the old person to the new supply, and they're thinking of the former person. This even happened in a situation when you was involved with the narcissist. Okay, they would think about the former person. They didn't appreciate you for being a chosen one, or empath and genuine soul, and they misinterpreted all that you gave in the relationship. And many people, even so-called narcissistic experts, coin you as the codependent. All right, and that's why I'm saying that this falls out of this. It falls from God or the universe that kind of puts the chosen one, empath and genuine soul, in an isolation phase, in a time being alone. And it's not necessarily lasting forever, but it's an important time in your life to regroup, to recalibrate, to energize, to really move to higher degrees in this lifetime. And this is what it's about. Okay? Those people that I've seen, okay, or I've spoken to, that have not chosen this route, all right, Not all of them, not all of them, but some people that I've spoken to that have chosen this route, not chosen this route to go, alone, and they've gone into new relationships and stuff too soon. I'm not ruling out ever getting into new relationships, friendships, romantic relationships, whatever, right? Again, it's just letting people in too soon. Okay, and people that have let people in again too soon have often, and what I mean by too soon is I mean too soon for you, right? Leaving it a period of time for you might be okay for you, but it might not be good for someone else. Someone else might need to wait a longer period of time or whatever. It depends upon your situation. But many people run into other narcissists, and I think that this is the reason that they fall asleep, and it's the belief of the magical other. Okay, they learn about narcissism, or you'll learn about narcissism. You'll digest the information. You'll learn from your own experience, and you get to a place that you feel so awakened that you actually fall asleep to those around you in the future. Okay, you're awake, but you're associating it all with the particular narcissist that affected you, and really, right? And I know many of you will associate these videos with a particular person and stuff, but really, as you progress through this time alone, and that's what else helps you, is people at work, your family, other people, your past friends. You reflect on life. In solitude, you have time to reflect. You think about things, right? And you'll realize that you've run into a lot more narcissists, and so you've got a lot of healing to do from other areas as well in your life. Okay, it's not necessarily just this particular narcissist that led to your awakening. All right, but they didn't think you were capable of this. Like I said, many people, even the so-called experts, coin you as the codependent. They misinterpreted all that you gave and all of the energy you gave as that you wouldn't be able to survive in the world without them. And it's a very, very vital mistake that they make in thinking this. So what I'm saying to you is, yes, I think a majority, not all, but majority of the people that are discarded, abandoned, or ghosted, that end up going down the lone wolf path, right? At first, it's very uneasy, and you might find yourself doing exactly what I said these people do, falling into other patterns of relationships, falling into other things quickly, right? Relatively quickly. And then what I think is will happen, because you've got some discernment, even though you're slightly falling back to sleep with other new people, you'll awaken. Or life will get in the way where you may face other things in life like rejection, or you may face you realizing people are dodgy, or you'll go through these things to deny you forming connections with these new people too soon. And oftentimes this leads you into like really, recognizing that this path of the lone wolf strategy as an empath chosen one, a genuine soul, is what's best for your life for the moment. Okay, like I said, it doesn't need to be forever, right? But you can, dependent, you'll be able to look back at your life and say you've done a lot of your life, you've had a lot of affiliation, all right, and this affiliation drains the empath. You as the empath chosen one, a genuine soul, affiliation with others, unless it's healthy, reciprocal relationships with reciprocity of any kind of relationship, it's unhealthy, and it takes a toll on you. It drains you. All right. If you're around someone of the right company, it will energize you. Yes, being around a narcissist might seem like you're being energized, but secretly you're being drained. All right. And you'll realize that through your alone time that you spend, you grow more and more comfortable in your own company. And it's just reminded me, Yeah, it's just reminding me of someone. Someone that I done a session with, right, is spending periods of time alone. But you see, to the outward eye, right, many people interpret spending time alone as unhealthy, right? And it can be done in an unhealthy way, right? But I don't want you to be too overly critical of yourself, because you do go through that period where it may seem like it's a stagnation period. And so-called therapists or experts will coin you as a codependent, and they will say that you're stagnating, or people and family and friends will tell you you're not over it. But this is you detoxing and breaking free from the spell you was under with the narcissist. And eventually you'll get to that place when you feel empowered and you do feel alone, right? So I'd love for those that have maybe seen how you rise above and you rise higher after the narcissist, and even those that have found it difficult at this place of time, if you are alone, right? By having that contrast of opinion, you'll be able to decipher something and interpret some knowledge from people's experience. All right. That's if you like to comment, of course. Only if you like to comment. I'm aware not all of you comment, but you will see that spending these periods of time alone is very beneficial for your soul. And the narcissist is extremely pissed off. Like I said, none of them would have discarded you. None of them would have ghosted you. None of them would have abandoned you if they knew that you're going to rise to this level, right? This is why I think that a lot of it comes down to finding something to channel your energy into, a hobby, a business, your career, whatever. Channel your energy into something, creation, right? Sometimes your life takes a turn and you start doing things in life that you didn't necessarily think you would be doing, but you're doing these things in life because this is what happens. It's like an occurrence. No, it doesn't happen, overnight. Some people I've spoken to do. They see things start changing straight away, but remember that many of you, if this was a romantic relationship, many of you were in love, or even if this is a friend, you deeply cared about them. This was someone important to you, right? You've got a lot of detoxing to do, but I'm telling you that this lone wolf strategy is the answer for the best type of healing. Okay, there's nothing better than becoming content with yourself, right? Content with yourself, in a good space in your mind, heart, and soul, or the best you can be at that precise time, right? Loving your own company. And if someone does come along, right, don't thrust into it. That's what I would strongly advise. Don't thrust yourself into something and start, having this complete vision about this person and orientating your whole life around this person. All right. I want you to, when you're a lone wolf, keep that with you. Like, you're doing you, right? Even in just behave more. Don't reveal too much and behave more mysteriously, right? Because even, you see, let me create a vision, right? If you was at a busy place, right? Sometimes the person standing alone can be coined as weird or whatever. But in another perspective, you can look at that person and it may seem alluring, right? What I will say is, by you spending this time alone, people will gravitate towards you. Okay? Many people will gravitate towards you, and it's down to you to have this meticulous vetting process and scan these people, because a lot of people will be attracted to the one that is in solitude. When you start, the narcissists that aim for you when you're vibrating high, not when you're vibrating low in depression and things like that, but when you go to the other end and you start vibrating high and you're being alone, people will gravitate towards you. Narcissist, toxic individuals and all that, right? They'll gravitate towards you, and you've just got to decipher, also you'll align with genuine people as well, you just gotta keep vigilant and try to see which is which, right? So that's the main thing. So just remember, like, the narcissist never expected you to get to this point alone. They've seen people crumble in their past that they've destroyed. They have seen this, right? They have seen people who they've destroyed and crumbled and destroyed their lives, and they try to destroy your life, right? And like I said, many of you might not be there yet, but you're a work in progress, and many of you might be there, but you will see extreme amounts of benefit from losing this narcissist in your own life. It's like the amount of people I've spoken to that have seen benefit after the narcissist, and it's not just being optimistic, it's not just thinking positive, it's being realistic, it's being a realist, it's analyzing the situation correctly, and you'll realize that yes, it was great that these relationships ended. It's just so clear, and you'll all get to that perspective. And that's why I really emphasize in choosing to really heal and channel that time alone and learn to love your own company. Don't want the validation of others. All right, go in the shadows, move through the shadows, move in solitude. Don't let people know what you're doing. You got any things in your mind? You know, if you got trusted people, all right, okay, but really try to channel your energy into what your focus is on. Whatever it is, it could be a hobby, it could play an instrument, it could be whatever, right? Okay, it can be anything. It can be anything. So anyway, thanks for listening today. I really appreciate the support. Please book a session if you like to. You may donate or support to the channel if you want to. Check out the spiritual channel for more content. My podcast is now on Spotify. All links you need are in the description box below. If you would like access to over 100 exclusive videos, daily uploads and custom video requests, join my membership program at zionmembership.com. Links also in the description box below. There's a 3-day free trial and you can cancel at any time. All content is made by me with no ties to any organisation or university. Your support truly keeps us going. I'll be back with another video soon. Peace.